Who could play Gwen? Who would be a good, like, what do they say, Sabrina Carpenter or something?
No, I don't want that. Keep it.
That would be crazy.
All right, welcome to the Friends of Spider-Man first ever episode of the podcast brought to you by nothing special, literally other than three college guys, three mics, and a simple software recording system. We're your hosts. I'm Steven, and I'm joined by my two friends, Ben and Mike.
Yep.
Yo,
All right, so the first episode, just a brief, I guess, introduction about ourselves. I guess, I don't know. I'm Steven. I'm 21. And as you could probably tell, we're all pretty big fans of Spider-Man here, so I was like, you know what? Let's just start talking about it. The first thing I guess we'll talk about is what I guess this exactly is going to be. So, what is there, like 8 or 9 weeks until Brand New Day comes out, right?
just about, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
I'd say
yeah,
so.
8.
Yeah, so I was like, there's 8 live-action films. So I was like, all right, let's go week by week, rewatch them all, give our little opinions kind of as like a countdown hype up for the movie. Not that I need any more hype for it. I'm like
Yeah, I'm
on the
hyped.
edge of my seat over here. Yeah. So I was like, let's do that. Break it down, kind of share our thoughts for the new movie as we go week by week. So I guess this will be a good marker for we're 9 weeks out. We only have one teaser trailer so far. We have a bunch of like official looks. Like I think there's like three different like scripts that like could possibly be what the whole thing is about. So I was like, let's use this first one as a good bookmark, I guess, to see what our theories are now, and then we'll go back when we're closer. So
Yeah.
I'll let you, one of you guys start. So I guess
So,
your theories.
I guess so. Well, first of all, I'm Michael. I'm 19, and I'd say my favorite Spider-Man currently is probably Tom, but it could change. It's always like up in the air. I also love Peter B from Spider-Verse. That's like also a great iteration, like for the big screen. But I was gonna say like they just released some like comic book covers like of like characters that are in the movie. Like they just released like a like we just got our first look at how Tombstone's gonna be looking in the movie. You know, from that iconic cover where he's holding Spider-Man over the edge of the building, and and so like those are some cool things to look at. I was just looking at them this morning, and yeah, there's a bunch of cool references to different Amazing Spider-Man covers and things like that. So the marketing is now in full swing, no pun intended, and yeah, so I'm excited.
Yeah, I think I saw the Tombstone one either this morning or yesterday too. I love when they do, especially this movie. I feel like they're doing it a lot. The comic book references, just
Oh
like
yeah.
so cool.
I mean, it's a whole point of the trailer where it's just going through a bunch of recreations of comic book covers,
Yeah,
which
no,
I
super
love.
cool.
Give us more comic stuff. That's what we need.
Yeah, I know.
Absolutely. I mean, the suit looks awesome
I
too.
was just gonna
Like the
say the
suit is
suit
like
is
perfectly like perfectly designed. I mean, pretty much. I mean, the only gripe I'd really have with it is just like the spider on the back isn't like a circle. But like, who really cares at that point? Like, you can't nitpick like that. And they're actually like doing it like live action too. It's not just like an animated, like, motion capture thing.
yeah
It's like
CGI
actually
over it.
Yeah.
exactly CGI. Like, it's just simply that's the suit. I'm sure there's a face shell and things like that, but it's pretty cool. It's pretty well done. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I think this is definitely my favorite suit so far.
I don't know. It's because I love uh the TASM 2 suit.
It's a great
Yeah,
pick. Yeah.
It's I don't know. That's always been my diehard favorite, and then this one came out. I'm like, it's a close one. It's a
yeah,
very close one, and the way that they, are both practically done and everything is just peak. And right now, Marvel needs peak.
Yeah,
for
very
sure.
desperately. Um, Honestly, I have like a hot take about like my favorite Spider-Man suit. I mean, my favorite suit, I guess, is like anything from the comics, but like obviously live action. Honestly, like my favorite Spider-Man movie is Homecoming, and I think that's a hot take. And I also really like the Stark suit from Homecoming, even
I
though
really like that
it's
suit too.
I do.
even though it's
I
like
like it.
over designed, like I still think it really hits home. Like he's like actually in high school in that movie, and the way I love when he's pulling it out of his backpack and just putting it on, and like he's just jumping around doing stuff, and like it's such an expressive suit, I feel like, and that's why because it was the first one to use like the eyes,
Hmm.
Yeah,
and even in Civil War, I mean, Civil War was probably the best on-screen adaptation of Spider-Man like ever. Like even better than Homecoming, just in terms of like how he like just swung on the scene, cracking jokes. Like this
yeah.
scene where he's fighting like Sam Wilson and Bucky, like
Yeah,
that's awesome. That's like one of my favorite scenes in all of Marvel. It's like such a good
that's
scene.
really cool. Yeah, I never understood why people didn't like the Stark suit so much. Like people would like hate on it, like as
Because
if
it
it
had
was
all
like
those like
awful.
lines, and but
Yeah,
like I don't really notice that. Like I just like
yeah.
I like it for what it is.
Like I didn't hate the Stark suit. However, the Iron Spider suit
Yeah.
is the one that I will criticize the most because I really wish they stuck to the one from the comics with that red and gold.
Hmm.
Dude, yeah.
I think that one was over designed. It had too much going on. But the Stark suit is great. I remember seeing it and I loved it.
Yeah,
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah,
I
and
think
then
that's like my most played suit in like the Spider-Man video games too, just because I just love it.
mine's the Far From Home.
Okay, I was actually gonna ask, what do you guys think about that suit then? Because that one I feel like gets
Yeah,
even more hate than.
That
well,
one I had, oh
I
man,
love the Far From Home suit more than the Homecoming suit. I
it's
don't
valid.
know. I don't
I
know
think so
why.
too.
I can't explain it, but it's just something so different, and
It's cleaner.
it's
I
clean.
like the black.
Yeah, it
The
fits the
black is like
character.
the original look for Spider-Man too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So like that was the point. It was like the model, like the Ditko like art because it was supposed to be black, and
right.
it.
And also just the fact that right before he gets that suit, we see the scene of him in the ship with Happy, and
That was cool.
yeah.
he's like fabricating the whole suit and everything like that. Like I think that just makes that suit just that little touch of being better than the Stark suit.
Yeah, yeah, for
Yeah,
sure. I think that up until this one was probably my favorite MCU suit too, and yeah, probably Iron Spider was. I didn't hate it,
yeah,
but there definitely it was a lot, but I still liked it. But definitely
Yeah,
probably not my favorite.
they were really
yeah.
milking it. Like they were really trying to use it as much as possible.
Yeah,
Oh, the Iron
yeah,
Spider because it sold toys, bro. But
Yeah,
like,
yeah. It
if
was
they
in like three of
honestly,
them.
if they didn't put like the blue or like the muted blue like trunks on it, and they just had it like the red and gold. I know they had like the web pattern, whatever.
Hmm.
But like if they didn't have that and they just skipped over the blue, like it would have been fire. Like it would have been perfectly fine. I mean like Iron Man at that time has nanotech and he doesn't like have all these segments yet. I mean nobody like a lot of people don't like the Mark 50 from Infinity War, but
Hmm.
like the Mark 85, I don't know I feel like this is kind of a hot take, but that's one of my favorite, if not my favorite Iron Man suit because it's faithful to the comics. It's got like the gold all up and top, and it's more armor than like just like a because the one in Infinity War is
It's like
more
very
like
skin.
a
Yeah,
yeah,
suit, like a skin tight. Like the other one's like a little more like creates armor. It's still nanotech, yeah, but like it like the way it goes onto his face, like it starts up here and then it closes. Cool. So it's like I don't know, like I like that, and I like how they tried it with Spider-Man, but I like the black one from Far From Home. That was well done.
you guys think eventually they'll give him the red and gold? I could see them like he makes that one.
I could.
Maybe,
I
but
listen.
I feel like yeah,
I could totally see another iteration of an Iron Spider suit coming, and I don't know how they would do it. Like I don't. We don't know.
I think it would be like six, like movie
Yeah,
six.
like we don't know what the storyline is going to be for this next trilogy. But if they were able to fit it in, and it was, you know, Peter that made the the red and gold Iron Spider suit, count me in. I'm so down. It's a great suit. Um,
yeah, yeah, and that's the thing like about the MCU is they are faithful to a point to the comics, but like people get so like upset when things are not like done the right
Yeah.
way. Like people hated Tom Holland's Spider-Man because he's like Iron Boy to some
Hmm.
people, but he's not. Like he's still his own person. The whole point of like Far From Home is him like coming into his own and like stepping out of that shadow,
Yeah.
And then like the third one is kind of like his Uncle Ben, his origin, because you don't need to see that. Like we didn't need to see it. Like, yeah, would it
Yeah.
be nice to? Sure, but like we don't need to. The reason they didn't do it is because they just ripped it twice in like 15
Yeah.
years, and nobody wanted to see that. So it's
Yeah.
like, and I think they really did a great job with Homecoming because I love movies where it's not like, yeah, you have to save the world. Like, yeah, he just had to save like a plane of Stark Tech
Yeah.
and his girlfriend's father. And that was it.
Yeah.
And obviously, Michael Keaton did an excellent job as the Vulture. I mean, I think that's one of the best MCU villains. So that's great that we had that in that movie. You know, um, yeah, I mean, faithful adaptation enough for like a modern day Vulture, perfectly represented.
I'm gonna circle back to Vulture because I was watching Homecoming actually during finals. I would slap
I
arms.
feel like it was on TV a lot in May.
Yeah. So one thing I realized is, Vulture is still alive.
Oh yeah,
All right, I
he's
have
in
to
like a
fess
different
something up.
universe, right?
I have never seen, what is it? Rhino,
Morbius.
Morbius, or what's the one with Dakota Johnson?
Madam Web.
Oh, Madam
Yeah.
Web,
So
bro.
I have like no idea because I know Vulture's in which one.
He's in Morbius.
Yeah, but
But
Yeah, or
is
Madam Web. Wait, he might be in Madam Web. I forget
but
because I
isn't
saw
that
Madam Web
like
and Morbius.
that's like
No, he's in Morbius.
but isn't that like a separate unit? Like isn't that like that's like
It
Sony?
is.
it's a
It's the
separate universe. But
Sonyverse.
Right.
didn't
The
they?
Sonyverse. Yeah,
They
Oh,
use
wait,
that,
they did use Michael Keaton.
and they
they
have the
did.
No Way
Yeah, he's
Home
in it.
like sky thing too, right?
Well, so I think what happens is pretty much he like comes into the portal, like through a portal and into like a field, and I forget who else was there. I don't know. I don't think it was Morbius. I
Was
don't
it
really remember.
Morbius?
Yeah, I don't know, but but like those movies are just so just they're just not well
Yeah.
done. Like I really loved Venom, the original
Venom
Venom when it
one.
came out. I mean, I think I have I don't know. It fell down, but I've had a Venom poster in my room for like ever. I love Venom. He's like awesome. But
Venom one
I
I
think
rewatched recently, and it's so good.
it's really good. It's honestly like it's yeah, is there a little bit of slop? Yeah, but like it's not like super like stupid. Like it's they're and also their chemistry, you know.
Mhm.
I mean, Tom Hardy did a great job with Eddie Brock. Um, I saw Carnage, the one Let There Be Carnage, and that one definitely strays a lot farther away. I mean, the way they did Carnage, he looked
It's so
awesome,
cool.
Yeah.
but like
The storyline just hurts.
it's
Yeah. It was
not.
a
Yeah,
lot, that one had a lot of wasted potential, and that was the
Yeah.
only Marvel associated movie where I fell asleep in the theater.
All right, let's circle back. We were like just deep diving into Spider-Man. I'll circle back to like actual brand new day stuff. Give a little, I guess, my kind of theories so far. We'll start off with the really hot one. Who do you guys think Sadie Sink's playing?
It's got to be Jean Grey. If it's
yeah,
not Jean Grey, the
yeah.
fan base is going to go up in flames.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
I
You
think
can't. What are the? Yeah.
I think it will be her. I think she'll be Jean Grey, but I also feel like there's a lot of evidence for her playing that like Punisher character too, which would really. I mean, I don't know nothing about her. She could be really cool, but I think it would really suck
yeah,
if
I
she's not.
could see her playing those two, or I could just see everybody just freaking out, and then boom, she's this universe's Gwen.
I would hate that.
He,
I would hate it too,
it's
but
just yeah.
I got to keep it in my mind as a possibility.
Just in case.
Yeah.
I mean, who could play Gwen? Who would be a good, like, what do they say, Sabrina Carpenter or something?
No, I don't want that. Keep it.
That would be crazy.
I Gwen Stacy. Oh, Gwen Stacy holds a special place in my heart. I really don't know. I think that if they were to cast her for the MCU, I think I want her a no name
I agree, but
because
go ahead.
I don't, just Gwen Stacy like special place in my heart. I really
She's
and I don't
great,
think
but
like anyone can live up to her.
Yeah.
she's great when she's tragic, though. Like,
Yeah.
you have to have that beat. Like I feel like if you're gonna do the Spider woman route, like then do that, but don't just like you can't just have her be there and then like not die. Like
Mm,
that's part
yeah,
of her, you know,
definitely.
Yeah.
her
It
end. I
sucks,
mean,
but
he and that's the whole thing with like the MCU Spider-Man, which is like great, but kind of also just like he won't really be able to experience a Green Goblin, which is fine. You could totally introduce totally different villains that could
mhm,
also you know, take the reins for his like arch nemesis, which is cool. But like he just experienced like Norman, like he experienced
yeah,
Willem Dafoe, and he hates him, like he wanted him to die, which is just for like kind of, you know, how it kind of goes, but he always tries to save him in the end, which he kind of did with the Vulture, which I like. But it's just like it's interesting how they really can't do that, or if they do Harry Osborn, that's going to be their Goblin,
Yeah.
and we're not
I
really going
could
to
see
see
that
Norman.
because I remember when I was watching No Way Home, I was like, all these villains, which I was like so grateful they were obviously in the film, but it's like you can't have this Peter now go into a world and then be like, oh, I wonder who Green Goblin is.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he'll
You know
know.
it's the Osborns.
I I always thought they were going to do this with the Home trilogy, and they didn't, which makes me think that it could be something that they do. But have Ned turn into the Hobgoblin.
I remember seeing that a lot during No
I
Way
saw a
Home.
lot of that.
I
Hmm.
think that would be, especially after how No Way Home ended
Hmm.
and how everybody forgets who he is, and then Peter's got to go and fight this Hobgoblin,
And
and
it's
then he
Ned.
finds out that it's Ned, and then Peter's torn between it. Like, I think that's a great storyline for this Spider-Man. I mean, I don't think they're gonna do that in Brand New Day.
No.
Maybe like in the next movie or the third one or whatever. But I definitely think that instead of this universe getting a Green Goblin, it gets the Hobgoblin instead.
I think that'd be cool. I mean, all I really know about the Goblin is from that Universal ride, and I honestly think he's like kind of crazier than Green Goblin. Like
He's
I
definitely
really like
different.
him.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, the thing is Ned is now he has no like recollection of Peter, and there's definitely something to be said about like will they meet? Well, they're gonna meet again, obviously, but
Hmm.
like, will they be friends again? Like, probably. Like, but I don't know how they're gonna do that. And let's say they do. If you meet someone in your 20s as opposed to meeting them when I don't know how when he met Ned, but maybe he probably met him in like middle school or something, and like you form that bond, like Ned would never do something to Peter, when he was that old, but like and knowing him for that long, but like now you just met somebody and like Peter knows all of it, but Ned doesn't, right? And so like I don't know how they could totally play on that. I mean, you know he could totally switch up on him. I don't really know, but Ned seems like a good person overall, so I really don't know if they're gonna take that route. People just love to speculate. I mean, it would be cool. I just don't know how they would work that in because, I'd have to see this movie first to see how it ends and see different plot lines lined up. And also, he's not in Doomsday because this movie takes place during Doomsday. So, like, that's a whole other thing, and we'll see what happens because what is the next one? Secret Wars, right? That's
Hmm.
what they're
I think
calling it,
so.
right? So, that little piece of venom in there, right? That's totally gonna happen. Like that's
I think I think it was around No Way Home again when people were talking about like just bringing up that Ned Leeds as Hobgoblin. It was like I saw a theory. It was like he ends up like going crazy almost because he can almost remember Peter Parker, but it's just never clicking for him.
Yeah.
So it kind of drives him into insanity, which we haven't seen yet in the MCU trilogy. So I feel like it's okay if they
Mhm.
went that route of like a character who's just genuinely insane.
I could also I could also see Ned, because I think in the trailer for Brand New Day, you see Peter hanging out with MJ and Ned. Obviously, they don't know who the hell they are, but they're you can see stuff of Spider-Man hanging up around the apartment. So obviously, they're fans of Spider-Man. So I could see something happening in a movie that turns Ned the total opposite direction. Instead of being a fan, he starts to end up hating him. Whether it's Spider-Man accidentally kills one of Ned's family members, similar to what we saw in the beginning of Civil War,
Mm-hmm.
with Tony Stark, and that lady was saying that the Avengers dropped the building on her son. Obviously not to that extreme, but
Something like that, yeah. I
something
think
like
that would
that
be very cool.
that could then drive him to want to kill him.
Yeah.
Or they could do the whole route where Peter is Spider-Man and they are good friends and Ned really loves Spider-Man, blah blah blah, and then he finds out and he's like, "How'd you not tell me? Like I'm your best friend. Like
Hmm.
what? Like so I guess you don't trust me or whatever." And they go that route. But I don't know if I see I don't know, I just don't know if I see them doing that. Like just putting him in as the Hobgoblin like Ned Leeds. Like I don't know if I see it.
I don't think he would be like a main film villain if they went
No,
that
definitely
route.
not. But I just don't know if I even see them just
Doing
going
that?
that route anyway, because I just don't know. I don't know. I just don't. I feel like I just don't see it like happening. I don't know.
Mm.
I could be totally wrong, but I don't. That's my prediction. That's my prediction for the trilogy is that just won't happen.
I mean, even if it did happen, and we saw that fight between the two, that would be like Anakin versus Obi-Wan of
Yeah.
Marvel. Like,
It'd be
I would
pretty
just hope that
cool.
it's not like a Spider-Man 3 kind of just swing versus
Oh, like
lighter
throw him in
fight. Like
there.
I want
yeah,
a real fight between them if
yeah.
that were to happen.
It'd be
Uh,
interesting. He knows how to
yeah,
fight goblins, so
that's true. I feel like that would be, yeah.
I don't
I
know,
mean, we'll
but because
see.
I just can't see where he would get like. First of all, the tech and like
Yeah,
because there's
that whole
no
aspect.
is there Oscorp in MCU? There is, right? There's Oscorp or no?
I
Is
don't
that like
think
a
so.
thing?
Not like
Okay,
confirmed yet.
because
No,
there's barely the Daily Bugle, and like
Hmm.
obviously like if Marvel like if you know when they were making the original like Iron Man movies in like 2008, like they would have had probably like a little reference or a cameo to like an Oscorp or something, or maybe even like an Oscorp. Wasn't there like an Oscorp building in like the Avengers or something though? Like they're flying around in New York and there's like the
I don't
building. I
know.
don't know. But anyway, like I feel like there would have been reference to that. And if they're not gonna do that, it's totally fine. It's just like how would he acquire all his
Yeah, get all
materials
that.
to
That
well,
yeah.
I don't think it would be Oscorp. I think it would be Roxxon.
they're big on
Mm,
that. I feel like that's at least like every other movie you see that name.
Yeah,
It was just in Daredevil too, wasn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, I
The,
could see that.
I feel like that's like the Oscorp of the MCU because we know that there is no Oscorp because in No Way Home,
He
when
couldn't find it. Yeah,
yeah he shows up,
oh right,
he
right.
shows up to feast. He's like, I couldn't find my house, I couldn't find my son, couldn't find Oscorp. You know,
yeah. Guess we'll do some final closing thoughts about what we think the new movie is gonna do. I think it's really just gonna be street focused. I think it's gonna be really New York style, which I'm excited for. We haven't seen that for a while. I think I don't know. I'm just really excited. I'm excited for Punisher. I'm excited for Hulk. Hopefully Jean Grey. And honestly, I think right now we don't know who the full villain is yet, which I'm excited to see. I think that
Right.
there's someone behind it all that we don't know, and I'm excited to hopefully see Daredevil too.
yeah. I definitely think we're going to see Daredevil. Um,
I'm excited.
but I am excited for obviously seeing Hulk because I think there's a lot of speculation right now. There was a promo art piece put out where it looks like we're going to see Savage Hulk,
Hmm.
which we have not seen any live action adaptation of that, only from comics and stuff like that. So, again, very excited for that. Punisher, super excited to see him get his big screen debut, especially after we just had Daredevil get
Special.
his in No Way Home.
Hmm.
And I know Tom said that he would want to return the favor and have Spider Man return in an episode of Punisher.
I know that
Um,
would be that would be
it
great.
would be great. I am not against it. I definitely the Jean Grey thing. I listen. If there's a bet on Cowshy for it, I might have to put money down. Like it's pretty much guaranteed, but I think it's also a great way to introduce, more of the X Men and the mutants right before.
I think yeah, I think it's a great way to bring them in. It's a huge character,
Yeah.
huge franchise.
I think that for Brand New Day, Steven, I know you're big on the whole theory of him dying
Oh
at
yeah,
the end
yeah,
and
that's mine.
resurrecting with the Venom suit. I I feel like we're gonna get another Spider-Man movie between Doomsday and Secret Wars. At least I hope.
Like
I,
time wise, well, like MCU time wise, you mean
yeah,
timeline wise? Okay.
like I feel like it'll go Dooms. I mean, I don't know what Marvel's got planned, but maybe it'll go like Brand New Day, Doomsday, Spider-Man 5, Secret
Then
Wars.
Secret Wars.
If it does go that way, I think we're gonna get the Venom suit in the next movie. However, I don't. That's a fast turnaround rate for a Spider-Man movie,
Hmm.
especially Tom Holland. He's got a very busy schedule nowadays, and I'm sure it's just gonna get busier after the Odyssey comes out.
Yeah.
So, but I definitely
Sure.
think we're gonna see some iteration hints towards the symbiote suit, and then I think we're officially gonna see it in Secret Wars, or maybe
Yeah.
post credit scene of Doomsday.
I think Peter's dead. Like by the end of the movies, he's dead. Post credit scene is gonna be that iconic gravestone comic art where he's reaching out. And then I don't think he's gonna be in Doomsday because I think he's gonna be doing Brand New Day.
Mhm.
And then I think we're just gonna see the symbiote suit. It's gonna be he's resurrected straight into Secret Wars. But then we're gonna get a symbiote suit movie after that.
Yeah,
And
that's what
then
I would.
and
Yeah.
that'll end obviously with he's gonna get rid of it and stuff.
And
But I
then what do
think
you think like his final villain would be Venom?
for movie 5,
No, for movie 6.
6, I really really hope that 6 is Sinister Six, like some kind of
I
form of
Yeah,
Sinister Six.
I
true. I forgot about that. Yeah, yeah,
But
that would probably be the best.
I also do want to see like Spider-Man versus a bunch of symbiotes though. Like I want to see him fight Carnage. I want to see him
yeah.
like have that kind of Spider-Man 2 PlayStation game storyline a little bit.
Gonna get laid out, bro.
Yeah.
He's gonna get
I
cooked by Carnage. Holy crap.
I want to see Marvel get their uh, contract rights like down to a T with Kingpin because I
Yeah.
would love to
I
see.
also want to see
So
that
would
too.
I.
I would love to see that in the movie Spider-Man versus Kingpin.
Hmm.
Um, I
I
think
think they could fit
That's
that
what I
like
thought this
my
movie was gonna be for like the
yeah, for a
first
bit, yeah.
yeah,
like year or two.
I think it'd be really cool though if they bring Kingpin in, like, because normally it's like Oscorp is funding the Sinister Six. So
yeah,
since we don't have that, I think it'd be really cool if it's now Fisk. I
yeah,
think that makes a lot of sense for the universe. It makes sense, obviously, money wise.
yeah. He would be. It would. I was gonna say it would be the city funding the Sinister Six, but I guess after Daredevil season 2,
Not anymore.
not anymore.
Although who knows? Maybe Daredevil season 4 is back.
I could see it. I could see it.
Who knows? So first episode, we're starting right off the bat with Spider-Man 2002. I have a quick little fun facts, obvious information about the film. I did some research yesterday while I was at work. Don't tell my boss. Although it was kind of slow, she wouldn't care. Movie came out May 3rd, 2002. It was the first film, I didn't know this, first film to surpass $100 million in a single box office weekend opening, which I thought was pretty awesome. There were 4 Spider-Man suits actually stolen from the set that are still missing to this day. I didn't know that.
I have one.
I was going to
No,
say
I'm
I'd love
just
to
kidding.
get my hands on one. The spider that bites Peter in the first like when he gets bit was an actual real spider that they had like some specialists come in and paint red and blue.
I heard about that. That's really
Oh,
cool.
I didn't hear. That's actually sick.
Yeah, that was crazy when I was reading that. I was like, no way. This was actually pretty interesting. Pre-production for this film started in 1986 with Canon Films, but then that was sold to a company, Carloco Pictures, who then sold it to Sony. And James Cameron actually was writing like a narrative overview for it through all that time, and but they scrapped everything except for the
Yeah.
biological web shooters. That I didn't know.
Mhm.
Cameron was supposed to direct it, right? That was like the whole
Yeah,
thing,
I guess
right?
yeah.
And I think Jake Gyllenhaal was supposed to be Spider-Man too.
there were like a bunch of actors listed
Yeah.
that were supposed to be
Yeah.
him.
Wasn't was it DiCaprio in talks of being
Yep,
Spider-Man? Yeah,
they won. I think that was James Cameron's like one of his number one picks because they'd done Titanic together.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. It would have been directly after Titanic.
And then I saw also James Franco was one of the names too.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And then the
That's ironic.
quick little last thing I have is Sam Raimi was a large comic book collector, which is why Sony actually decided to go with him, which I thought was pretty
Yeah.
faithful. I appreciate that
Good choice. Yeah.
when the director actually knows what he's doing.
Which is what Marvel needs to
Do
start
more.
to do,
Yes,
is make sure that the people making their movies have knowledge on
the
the comic
characters.
and the work that it's coming from, and not just slap a bunch of characters into one movie and then mess up a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, or
Or
let the
not just have,
director
yeah.
or let the director take a character and make them a villain because he knows that she'll be a really great villain. So why not make it his movie? So I rewatched it last night because I couldn't even tell you the last time I watched it, and I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts?
I think I feel like every time I see it, I like it a little more because I feel like when I was younger, I didn't really like I really liked the movies, but they kind of like creep me out for some reason. I don't really know
Yes.
why. I don't know why. But like I mean, I'm also 19, so like the movie's a little bit older than me.
Mhm.
So like it didn't come out like when I was alive. So like I didn't really like click with it as much. But I really do still think I enjoyed a little more. I get the jokes, they land a little better.
Mhm.
Um, it's super memeable. There's so many things
Yeah.
online, you know, but it's still people still reference it to this day. That's still some people who haven't read, Amazing Fantasy, they look at that as
As their
Spider-Man's
base
origin
point, yeah.
because it is pretty faithful. I mean, it's not super faithful. I mean, obviously, but like still it's pretty accurate and it does a great job. And it's campy too, but it's campy enough and it's very colorful and
Very.
it's fun and it's not like super edgy and it's not gray, which is the main point. It's not gray yet. That's not We're not at that era, where,
Yeah.
you know,
There's
MCU
color
movies
to
are
it.
just color grading the shit out of all these movies and just making them super dark
Mhm.
and, depressing and it's not depressing. That's next week, that's the next movie. That one's depressing, but like in a faithful way, you
Mhm.
know.
Yeah, that's one of the things I noticed like right away was how much like vibrancy and saturation was like in the film. Like that totally took me off guard when I was rewatching it because I don't remember it being that bright. But again, it's just because we're so used to everything being so gray nowadays, where it's like whoa.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I actually used to be like there were certain parts of the film when I was younger I used to be like horrified of, like the scene of when like the transformation scene for the goblin.
Yeah.
That used to scare the shit out of me because
Yes.
he would be like he would be like tweaking and then he just stops and then just jumps out. That
Yeah.
used to scare me.
And he kills the doctor, yeah.
Yep.
Also the what's it called? The scene where he comes in the fire. He's like in the
Yes.
Norman's in the fire. That scene's scary.
And the
Like that's
turnaround, yeah.
awesome, but it's terrifying. And then when
Mhm.
he breaks into Aunt May's room, it's insane. Like, oh and like just excellent, excellent portrayals for all the characters. I mean, like fr- honestly, Aunt May has probably been done the best. Like just consistently, I feel like she's um honestly, I think my favorite Aunt May is probably actually the TASM series,
Okay.
just because I think that's like what I picture when I picture her. But
Okay.
I mean, older Aunt May is great too. Obviously, it's a little more accurate, but I feel like it
Hmm.
doesn't hold itself up as well in the modern era. But it's still great.
Yeah.
And Uncle Ben, I think it's a good Uncle Ben too. I mean, he just rips the line and he's pretty much out of there.
Yeah.
But it's well done. And then Mary Jane. I actually do not like really at all. I don't like this Mary Jane. I think she's just not a good person. And
I don't like her that much too, but rewatching, I don't think she's likable in this first one. She's likable,
Yeah.
which I was so confused about because I was
much
like,
more
wait,
likable, yeah.
why don't I like her? So it has to be something in the second or third. I think it's the second one probably.
Well,
That
I mean, yeah, it's really just the second one where she's literally just like cheating on her fiance, edging
Yeah.
Peter, and then she's also in the third one like
she's back
uh,
with Harry.
she's back with Peter, and then she's like, "Oh, okay, I'll go with Harry," and then she's like, "No, actually, like I actually like Peter still," and it's just like, bro, like it's not meant to be like this huge like
Back and
lo
forth.
like love triangle thing. I mean, it is to a point, but like they just overdo it. And she's also always a damsel in distress, which I
Yeah,
feel like is so like unfaithful to the character, and
yeah.
you know, just I don't know. Like I feel like it could have been done differently, but that was 2002. It's older, so it definitely
But that's definitely one of the things that like is consistent in all three of them. It's always your final battle you're gonna bet on he has to save MJ. And all of a
yeah,
sudden they're cool again.
every single
Which
movie.
it definitely works for the first one, not knowing that that's going to be the outcome for the other two. Like if
Sure.
I didn't know what was going to happen in the other two, I would think, okay, like fine, that's like a simple superhero ending, whatever. But knowing that like it's again in the second one, it's again in the third one, I'm like, all right, like come on, what is she doing?
Yeah. It's like
hmm
the same ending with a different villain every
Mm-hmm.
time. Like
Mad at him, and then she's happy with him, and that's
Yeah,
pretty much it.
right.
yeah,
Like saves her from Goblin, saves her from Doc Ock, and then you got Sandman and
Venom.
the third one. It's save MJ from these people.
hmm
Uh,
yeah.
but no,
Uh,
this first one, um, is, I mean, it's always going to be the original.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's always going to be the foundation for every Spider-Man movie going forward.
Mm-hmm.
And it does a very good job at bringing this character to live action for the first time in history.
100%.
And obviously it has its flaws, but I swear we're gonna go through all these movies and we're gonna find flaws in every single one.
Yeah.
There's
Absolutely.
no
They're
such thing,
superhero movies.
exactly. Like,
They're
there's no
flaw.
such
They're
thing.
flawful.
There's no such thing as a perfect superhero movie. Um,
Mm,
Not yet.
yeah.
not yet. Not
Well,
yet. We don't know. We still got some coming out. Still got Brand New Day and Supergirl comes out in a couple weeks.
Yep.
But that's DC. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's great. It's a great introduction to the character. It's great, building of the relationships that are going to continue building throughout this trilogy, and then also we'll see some of them reused in the Amazing Spider-Man. No, two movies. Can't say
Mhm.
trilogy. They didn't give him his third. They should. Um, and then
mm,
also, you're going to see, a lot of aspects from Tobey's Spider-Man movies that we still see today in Tom's.
Mm.
You know.
Yeah, because I definitely not the biggest fan of this trilogy. So, but before I get into that, I just want to point out some of the things that I didn't remember and I definitely liked a lot. And I mean, like there's like you guys were saying, there's definitely aspects to it of like it's just like that's just Spider-Man. Like every other film is gonna have to live up to that just because of it's the first one.
Mm.
Like the intro, I think actually they're gonna do something kind of similar for Brand New Day for the kind of intro, kind of like maybe a narration overview of like kind of catching us up from No Way Home to the events of Brand New Day of just like villains he's been fighting, stuff on the street like that. Um,
I hope
and
they
I
don't.
honestly, the theme song, I kind of want him to bring a little bit of like I love that theme. I love the Rainy Day theme
Oh,
song.
Yeah.
that's
I,
a good one. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and like this was the first time we saw in live action the transformation scene, and I think that this is definitely like if I were to like if someone were to ask me to describe Spider-Man's transformation theme, I think it would be the most similar to this film. I think they did that really well, and it's definitely something that stuck with me
Hmm.
for the longest.
Yeah, I think the Andrew Garfield series did a great job modernizing it,
Yeah.
with the whole like skateboard and like warehouse aesthetic. I thought that was cool, but it's like it's not timeless,
Hmm.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
This is a little more timeless. And I mean other than like the organic webs, but we might have that back. So,
Yeah.
um, and then I don't know. I feel like what you were saying about the narration, I kind of hope they don't do that. Like I don't like when
I don't
movies
like it
open
a
with a
lot. I hope
narration.
they do it like real little,
Yeah.
Maybe a little, I guess it could work, but I feel like if they just show like they could just show us like different things. I mean, they have
like
a
a time
crazy
lapse.
budget, just
That's
maybe
true.
a time lapse or just honestly just show them doing it once with the police scanner. It's probably how it's going to begin. And he's going
Hmm.
to go fight somebody or whatever. And then, maybe a little clue into like the beginning of like opening the rest of the movie up, and then allude to him been doing that for how long after does this movie take place?
I think it's 4 years.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 4 years
Uh,
later?
I
would it be four?
Is
I
it
know
really? Are
somewhere.
they done with college
Well,
then?
that's the thing.
Yeah, they would
They
be.
say 4 years, but he's still in. I think. I'm gonna look it up.
Nah, really? I feel like it got to be like two or something.
Uh,
Because like then they're skipping all of his college years. He's
yeah,
got his GED.
yeah. Spider-Man: Brand Day takes place exactly 4 years after the events, which I guess makes sense if you look at it from December to December.
That could have done a year.
It's like it's definitely a big time
I
gap.
feel like
I
that's too
mean,
much. I feel like that's a little crazy to do that. You're gonna skip his 4 years of developing
Yeah, we're not getting a lot
into
of college.
Spider-Man.
Peter.
You're not getting any college where he meets like Harry and Gwen. I mean
I
MJ. Like just that's weird. I don't know. I
I
don't know if I
really
like that.
I really thought this trilogy was going to be focused around, be like the college years. You know,
Yeah, because he gets. I don't know if I like that. That's kind of weird. That's interesting because then you're
I
skipping 4 years of his development. Like, so what? He
I
takes 4 years and then has an arc?
I
the
think
only the only thing I can think of is the fact that um actually no, my theory just shot the I just disregarded my own theory because I was going to say maybe it took him a while to get into college because of the events of No Way Home, but then we see them actually get into MIT. At least not
Yeah, and he gets his
yeah,
GED, and he's going to like the public college
yeah, he's going to
or
ESU, I
whatever.
think.
Yeah, so he's
yeah.
going to like, but it's just interesting to see
Huh. Yeah,
because I
now
thought
I'm
Dr. Banner's one of his professors.
well. We still
I
see Dr. Banner, because technically this would be their either junior or senior year
mhm.
of college.
Yeah,
So we're going to see some college, so we still could see Banner. Question:
I don't think we're going to see like college after this film though.
No, I don't. I
Maybe
don't.
a graduation to start the sixth
Yeah,
like kind of
or fifth.
like Andrew,
Yeah,
yeah, very much.
or but that's with high school, but still
yeah, yeah. Same thing.
like interesting. It's interesting. I don't know. I just feel like 4 years is a long time. That's a long time to not have
Some
develop.
kind of
Because my whole
update.
thing is like, so what is he just like? I'm completely cool with him being like depressed, broke, and heavily leaning on Spider-Man. I thought they were gonna go a year and be like he's been leaning on being Spider-Man and just not being Peter, and that's
Mhm.
why this whole like thing with his evolution into, like how he's kind of morphing into something else. But 4 years, I feel like is a little bit long. I don't know. I mean, I don't know because what Doomsday? I guess this takes place during Doomsday, and the other one takes place right after Endgame. So I guess, and then it's like technically 4 years. So I guess it makes sense.
I guess you guys have any I guess gripes against Spider-Man 2. 'Cause I do, but
The Spider-Man 1.
Spider-Man, yeah, 2002. My bad. Like last night when I was watching, because people love Toby, but I was watching, he just doesn't feel like Peter to me anymore. I don't know
It's
what
just
it
his
is.
age,
It
and
is.
he's just a little too like he's not like he's just a little too awkward at some
Awkward. The
points.
script's not great. I didn't think the acting was great.
Yeah, I
No, the
mean,
acting's not the best
yeah. If
from
you,
certain actors.
yeah,
Yep.
I think William Dafoe as Green Goblin goes down.
Absolutely carries the film in
Oh,
my opinion.
great! I love him. I
Hmm.
would pay so much money to see him play Joker at some point. Um,
That would be
but I
that'd be
think
insane.
that yeah, it's not like like a lot of these superhero movies are popcorn flicks.
Hmm.
They're not gonna go up and get Oscars for performances and stuff like that. I mean, should some of them get Oscars for performances? 100%.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
are we gonna see Spider-Man: Brand New Day get Oscar nominated for Best Picture?
Should.
The only thing is the story is very simple.
Yeah.
Like there's not a lot to it. It's
Which
pretty
I think, considering what it is, it's like one of the first huge budget live action superhero films. It needed to be. So
Yeah,
that's why I think it's okay that like big portions of a movie aspect in this aren't great. I think it's okay because it's doing what it should in bringing superheroes to live action.
yeah,
yeah, paved the groundwork. It's one of those movies.
Yeah.
yeah.
It
And
paved the way for other superhero movies to do it better.
Hmm.
even though it wasn't the original Marvel movie to bring superheroes to the big screen, because that started. What did that start with? Blade.
I was trying to
Dude,
figure out if it
yes.
was or
The
wasn't.
Blade trilogy was the
I
one
think it was Blade.
Marvel, but obviously more people know Spider-Man over Blade.
Blade.
Blade,
Um,
yeah.
but yeah,
Although Blade's the one character who has not had another movie for a different actor, so
dude,
Yeah.
don't
say
even
what you
get me
will about that.
don't even get me started. Marvel is so on and off about making that movie. It pisses me off because I would love to see a new Blade movie, because I'm one of the very few people that go back and watch the Blade movies, and I love them. I mean, they're cheesy, they're stupid, but I think they're sick.
I don't
Um,
think I've ever watched them. That or the Daredevil movies.
I never saw a Daredevil movie,
I don't
even
think
though
I've seen
how
them.
much I love Daredevil. I never watched the movie.
Yeah. Who does that? Ben Affleck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, I mean, those are like the big things for that movie was like, Toby isn't Spider-Man to me, isn't Peter. He still is Spider-Man a little bit to me. I think some of the swinging scenes, I love the way he just moves as Spider-Man in that movie. He just like, he's always flipping, just the way he would like, that one scene with the fire and Green Goblin does that turnaround. He just swings into that so cool. I think they did a great job. That I think was definitely kind of lost of like the art of swinging, I guess.
I agree.
It's been lost a bit, yeah.
Yeah.
A
I mean,
lot of people, that's like people's number one like thing they want to see is web swinging,
Mm-hmm.
which is cool. And that's why people didn't like the home trilogy because there wasn't a lot of that. I mean, he
Yeah.
wasn't in New York for a whole movie. So
Mm-hmm.
like, but I think you have to look at it a little bigger and I always look at it as like how is he developing as like a kid
Mm-hmm.
to an adult? And that's why I'm kind of afraid about the 4 years because that's like you develop a lot in those
Mm-hmm.
4 years after high school, but I guess we'll see what happens. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, with Toby, I mean, Toby's always going to be like the founding father of
Exactly.
live action Spider-Man. And
Definitely.
especially for us, because we were all born
That's
in between
and
that.
that's the one we were born into. Like we were born,
Right,
and that was Spider-Man.
right. Like I remember, like
Yeah, true.
I grew up watching Toby's movies, but then the first one that I went to go see in theaters was Andrew. Was
Yeah.
Andrew. So I have a soft spot for both. Some people like to hate on Andrew. Some people like to hate on Toby, but just because like you know uh, how what I was raised watching, and what I saw in theaters for the first time. I'm always gonna have a soft spot for both. And then
These are definitely the ones like if we were home as a kid and we were like, put on Spider-Man, this is what we had.
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
yeah, and then I always love Thomas Spider Man because it was also perfectly timed
Hmm.
for us. Each movie we were the same age as him
Age as him. Yeah.
in the movie,
Very true.
so we were able to really connect with him. But yeah, I mean, Spider-Man One, it's a timeless
It's a
classic.
classic.
You know,
You,
you're
you can only grade it so hard. I guess I'll go first.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna shoot low. I'm shooting low. My ranking, I grade a little harsh, right? So I gave it like a 4 out of 10.
Wow. That's a little.
I didn't know
See,
you were
I
going
wasn't
back to that.
expecting 4. I was
Oh,
expecting like a
Well,
little
all right.
higher.
So
Okay.
so my thing is always five is your base. It's not good. It's not bad. I'm not saying this film is that great, so that's why I'm going like 4. I can't just the conversation. The main things that stuck out to me is the dialogue is really rushed for me. The conversations are so forced; they're not natural at all. Like some of the times when Peter and MJ are speaking, it's just like this is not how people speak to each other. Like not even this isn't how teenagers speak to each other. This is just not how people speak to each other. Every time MJ would start a new conversation, it was like she was starting the new conversation for the entire day. Like it was just I didn't like the dialogue. Toby's acting in this one, it hurts personally. But like I there's obviously still things I love about it. Like it's still Spider-Man to me. I think Willem Dafoe definitely carries for me. But also like like the fights weren't that crazy. I don't know. It was kind of rushed to me too. Like it's just like beat after beat after beat. There's no breathing. But I mean, I'm gonna get slammed. But
I feel like the pacing's pretty good, but that's interesting.
like it's
That's
good
interesting.
in that I was going into it and I was thinking this is like to me, the Amazing Spider-Man 1. I hate the pacing of that.
I was about to say that it
I
takes them
think
an hour and some
I think
change to
that's
become
way too
Spider-Man.
long, and I don't
Yeah.
like rewatching it because of it.
yeah, I agree.
This was like
Although I
super
vibe with
fast.
his like just like life before,
Yeah, like that
so I
one's
can
yeah,
rewatch
the
it. But
skateboarding.
yeah, like I vibe with that. But
All right, yeah,
okay.
that's my
Yeah,
low one.
okay, 4 out of 10. Where would you rank it on a tier list? I guess that would be like
I
C.
like the middle or like one below the middle.
Okay. Ben?
I'm gonna go 6.3.
Wow,
Okay.
okay.
Um, it's right above middle. Because I think there's definitely a particular Spider-Man movie, maybe two that are lower. Um, but it's a classic. I love the web swinging. I love the color of this. I love the cinematography um, of this movie. And obviously, like the acting's not great, but it's kind of just a sign of the times.
Hmm.
It's an early 2000s movie. They're all you know all the popcorn flicks that are made around this time are very similar when it comes to that. I think the visuals and the special effects are still better than some of the visuals and special effects that we see in modern Marvel movies today. Um, hint, hint. Captain America: Brave New World and Man Quantum.
Ant-Man. Yeah.
But overall, I think it's good. It's rewatchable.
Yeah,
That's what I'll say.
Yeah.
definitely rewatchable.
I guess if I have to give it a rating, I I thought I was gonna have the lowest rating here, but clearly not. I might have the highest. I was gonna give
Oh
it a
no.
6.5. Um, I think what it did for the genre, I think how it really did captivate audiences. I mean, clearly it brought in what did you say, 100 million
100 million the
um
first film in the
first
opening.
opening
weekend.
weekend,
Hmm.
which is very, I mean, for the time,
Insane.
very well received. I mean, clearly it did something right.
Hmm.
You know, I think it has a lot of nostalgic fans, and I think it definitely gives it a boost, and you have to be a little more like just you have to just be objective about the entire movie, you
Hmm.
know, not just really how it makes you feel. I don't really have a resonation with that. I honestly don't really have a resonation with the TASM series either. Like I can grade those pretty well, but then when it comes to like Homecoming, like I know
Yeah,
that's like one of my favorite movies of all time, so
those are getting
I
boosts.
like that movie. But, you know, we'll see when we talk about that in a few weeks. But
Hmm.
I think back to 2002, I think the effects are pretty good. I really like Norman's performance. I think it perfectly encapsulates comic book, you
Yeah.
know, and I think that's what they were going for. They got it, you know. They did a really good job, especially in a universe where it's really quiet outside of Spider-Man because it's just Spider-Man who exists in that universe,
Hmm.
right? And you know, I think overall, there's like a ton of iconic scenes to it, and you know, kicked off one of the better superhero trilogies
Yeah.
of all time. I think the next one did it better, but you know,
I don't remember much about the second one, so I'm excited to go back and.
yeah, the second one's great. I think that one will definitely have a different number, but yeah, I'm gonna give this a 6.5 for now. But I guess we'll see where it ranks in my list at the end
Yeah,
of
compared
this
to the rest.
podcast.
Yeah,
Yeah,
once we get more films in here, we'll be able to start comparing them, which will be
I'm gonna have
another
a
fun
lot to
aspect.
play next week.
The second
Next,
one,
yeah, I'm
oh, dude, it's
excited.
my favorite. It's my
really?
all-time. It's my
It's
all-time
great.
favorite. I love it.
I feel like it's
It's
a lot
great.
of people's favorites.
So it is a lot of people's favorites. It's definitely higher rated than this one, even though this one is also really highly rated.
Yeah.
Hmm.
The third one goes a little, I feel like it gets a little overhated, but I also completely
Yeah.
understand the hate, but at the same time, like it's cool, just like enjoy it for what it is. But
The third one to me, I remember the last time I rewatched it, I remember thinking it was actually pretty good, except for the obvious one couple scenes that unfortunately really hurts it a little bit. But I remember watching it and being like, wow, this is actually a lot better than what most people paint it out to be.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. I think man, there's honestly like not a ton of terrible movies in the Spider-Man like franchise.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of honestly, I've
Bad.
just watched them all so many times. There's just a lot of just honestly looking back like mid because I'm so used to um well like you guys know, but like I love like one of my favorite movies of all time, like Dark Knight
Hmm.
movies and Batman Begins. I mean like because of them simply being like well made like stories and movies, you know. Even Dark Knight Rises has a million plot holes, but it's still like chills like every time.
Hmm.
I don't know. I just think uh Spider-Man movies don't get as much like they're not as critically acclaimed, and that's probably why, you know, but again, like I could watch any of them and be like, yo, this is awesome, you know,
Like
and just sit
no
back and
matter
enjoy it.
if it's on the TV, I'm stopping what I'm doing, no matter what film it is. I'm gonna sit
Yeah.
down and watch it.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right. I think that is the end of first episode of Friends of Spider-Man podcast. Movie one down, week one down. We are one week closer to Brand New Day, which is super exciting to say because I cannot wait for that film to come out.
Super
Next week,
excited.
next week we'll do Spider-Man 2, already halfway through the Raimi trilogy, which is crazy.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Very excited.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
All right. See you guys next week.
I'll see you guys next week.
Yeah.